What's happening, good people? I can't believe coming up to close to almost 30 years of off and on, more off playing. I've never actually ever owned one of these pedals until today. So I've been on the YouTubes, and a couple of people in the Discord had talked about pedals kind of like this, but do something a little bit differently. And you know what? I said, you know what? I have to start looking into this stuff. And we're gonna see today if this was a pedal that I should have gotten a long time ago. Not specifically this one, but this type of pedal. An EQ pedal. I don't know, don't click away. I know it's probably not too sexy. It's not a pedal that I originally would have gone for either myself. And I'm not gonna go really too much into the deep down dive of this particular pedal, but just in general, what they can actually do. Because this pedal, if you don't know by now by the title, is the Boss EQ-200, which is like the immense pedal of EQ pedals. There's a couple ones out there that have more functionality, more presets and stuff like that, but I've always liked Boss stuff, and I had some extra points. Again, through Musician's Friend, they keep on sucking me back in. Fortunately, it's from when I got the Player 2 Strat over here that was on a deal for our Patreon peoples that no one's decided to claim yet. So we'll see. Maybe it might be mine forever, but it's definitely well packaged. It comes with a set of three AA batteries. It's a decent size footprint. It's not huge. It's less than 2 pedal sizes. It does have a option for an independent power supply. It says that you need to use the Boss branded power supply, which I wasn't gonna buy right off the bat anyway. So, but yeah, there you go. 3 slots. So while I'm getting this thing ready, you know, you probably should hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Try to do like 1-2 videos a week at the max. Then we do a live stream every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in, so it'll be a good time. All right, so it has a 10-band EQ with a volume boost over here, so it gives you a lot of stuff going on. Haven't read the instructions on it. Watched a couple videos on it, but mainly it has a couple presets over here. But what we're really gonna go through is the actual use that you could use a EQ pedal for. So, all right, so we had a little bit of a snafu recording all of the guitar parts before. So obviously you can see that I'm changing different clothing. I'm just gonna re-record that really quickly. And I do apologize, you are not gonna get the shock and the awe of me playing this stuff for the first time as I did in the previous video, but oh well. So one of the first things that we covered was that how you could actually use it to tailor it to make your single coils sound like humbuckers. And here's just a quick little sample of the single coils. May not be too noticeable, but you could tweak them a little bit more, but it sounds a lot more fuller than it did before. And you could boost the volume a little bit too to give it, you know, like the little bit louder sound that humbuckers get you. That probably just clipped the audio settings, but so where that becomes useful is it kind of makes it so that you only have to carry one guitar with you. You could take single coils on the road with you, and then have a humbucker style guitar. Just don't tell your wife that's a way of getting around not having so many guitars, because that'd be a bad thing. Also, we could use it to kind of tailor the sound of our amp. We already have kind of a cleanish type of Fendery sound right here, but you could take it and almost make it sound like a chimey Vox-ish type of amp. So here's without. So now we already have two purposes for this EQ pedal right away. Right in the beginning of your chain so that you could change the tone of your guitar, and then right into the front of the amp itself so that it sounds like a completely different amp itself. Now, third one, kind of do the lo-fi stuff, throw a little delay or any type of modulation effects, and you'll get this really cool like telephony type of sound here. Because I mean, sometimes you just need to make your guitar sound bad. It's got a sound. It's cool. And you could just also kind of tweak them and just alternate where you saw the toggles, switch them. Put them up, put them down. You could do the whole fixed wah type thing too. Got it for you two ways. The first way, clean again. Kind of cleans the palette. And drop the volume on that one a little bit, so. And this way it's a little bit like smoothed out more well, like it's back a little bit. I mean, one of the most easiest things to do is just to use it basically as a volume boost. Just keep everything strictly in the middle and then just boost the volume up to where you want it. So here's the normal tone with it just, and then with the volume. Or a volume cut, which would most likely be better for humbuckers, which we'll show you that in a little bit, but and drop the volume. I mean, who really ever wants to get lower when they're playing? But use it for like a treble boost. Just drop the bass down just a hair and kick up the top ones just a little bit. You could do like a whole low pass filter type thing by making just a curve it. Just take the the mids, drop them all the way, and kind of like boost everything else too. Then you just got your regular old mid boost. See, where that comes kind of effective is like a lot of times people really want to swap out pickups right away, where you don't have to always spend money chucking things in. You just take an EQ pedal, tailor it to what you want, and you kind of save yourself some dough. I mean, except now that you probably want an EQ pedal in like 3 different places on your board. So, but sorry, not sorry. So I didn't try this one in the last one. Let's see how it is. We had the low pass filter, or the high pass filter. Now we have a low pass where we take everything and drop the highs and boost the mids. I don't know how well it's going to sound here, but hey, let's see. It's going to be a sound for sure. I don't hate it, actually. I mean, it's kind of warm. It reminds me actually of what I can remember when many years ago I owned a Black Star HT50 and it was very, very warm. That's exactly... Yeah, totally. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's exactly how I remember playing in the basement of my old house. That warmness, wow. All right, before we get into actually how this works with some effects, might as well show you some things you could do with humbuckers. So one of the things you could do with humbuckers is obviously the reverse of what we did with single coils before, is make them sound like single coils. What I like about this is that a lot of times when you get that split coil thing going on, it lowers the output of the guitar and it doesn't really sound all that single coily. I don't know, a single coily a word, but anyway, it's why actually a while ago when I bought a Les Paul, I was looking for that split coil thing. Now I don't even worry about that because with this setting here. Now, mind you all, these settings are kind of with each particular guitar, and even, you know, the ones I have here, I would have to adjust these. So these are just kind of guidelines. So if you were to take these things, you would have to tweak them a little bit depending on your type of guitar. So here's just without. Mess around with the knobs, switch them around. And then one more with the humbuckers is actually taking it and making them sound almost like a semi-hollow. Semi-hollow. you just need to tweak it a little bit. But now let's throw some effects to it. One thing you could do with, especially dealing with effects, is take it and put it after a drive. Here we're going to use a blues driver, and just you could tailor it a little bit. So you could maybe do it where it boosts for like a lead and what have you. The world is your oyster with an EQ pedal if you haven't already understood that. Another thing you do is do like the whole mid scoop thing, make a V right down the middle, and change the characteristic of your overdrive again. That's kind of just over exaggerating it so you can kind of hear the effect. Again, it's what this great thing about a graphic equalizer is that you could fine tune everything. One thing you could really do with the chorus is make it like a little bit more swirly. Now I don't have any 1 knob or 2 knob choruses that are out there. So I have a lot of functionality with the LPD pedals title. So I could get this sound without it. So basically I just took all the knobs on the title to put it at noon and use the equalizer to get the tones that I could get out of the pedal itself. But this would be good for if you like the single knob type chorusy stuff. And then the last one that we're really just going to cover is you can kind of use it to tailor a muff to make it, however you want to sound it. So you could have it, cranked up or biting more through a lead or something. But here's just the big muff pie we got on the floor. And here's without the EQ. And then we'll kick it in after. It just helps get you out like a little bit more out there if you're just playing with the muff the entire time and you're, want to get like a little extra for like a lead solo or just to, stand out there. And we'll take you back to the regularly scheduled program. I mean, I don't know what I was thinking, not thinking of getting an EQ pedal a long time ago. I hope my wife doesn't watch these videos, but I feel like that if I had an EQ pedal, I might not need so many guitars. Said no one ever. But definitely an EQ pedal should totally be in your arsenal if it isn't already. I'm just blown away by what you could possibly do with them. And you don't need something as crazy as that. the 7-band EQs much more easier to use, not so many faders on there, and it'll get you what you need. You've all been a fantastic audience, and as always, stay tuned.